Good morning. Happy Thanksgiving a couple days early. What happened to the turkey when it got in a fight? It got the stuffing knocked out of it. Couldn't help it. I got something popping up on my screen here. All right. If you're watching this live or if you're watching on a replay, that's fine. Just put in the comments what you're thankful for. Just one or two things. It could be little, the general stuff that we all are thankful for. It may be a little more specific to your situation. Either way, just drop a comment in and say, hey, I am thankful for. We do this every year. It's Thanksgiving. If you're watching this, you're probably in the top 1 or 2% in the world with regard to how fortunate and blessed you are. I'm just saying, we're a blessed people, and we'll get into that. But I'm going to talk about the hard things to be thankful for. 3 hard things. 3 things you think I'm not thankful for that at all. But it's going to make you think. At least I hope it's going to make you think as we spend just a few minutes talking about the idea of some hard things to be thankful for. This year's going to be different for me. For the first time in my life, in our life, that of my wife and my daughter and myself, my wife and I, we're taking off. We're going to the mountains. We're going with friends. And our daughter is going somewhere else for Thanksgiving for the first time in the history of our entire family. We've never done this before, but it's going to be a good thing. It's going to be a positive thing. I know it is. She's going, our daughter is going to spend Thanksgiving with her boyfriend and their family. And that's fair. Families getting to know each other. We're taking off with friends. We're going to the mountains. We're going up to Estes Park. We're going to have 3 days. Thursday's Thanksgiving. You know what Friday is? Friday is the Christmas parade. And we got a condo. Hey, Shane. Happy Thanksgiving to you, too. Thanks for dropping in. What are you thankful for? Drop me a note. The thing I wouldn't think that you're thankful for, what are you thankful for? Which is kind of where we're going with this. Because I'm going to talk about 3 hard things. I'm going to talk about hard things that are tough to be thankful for. So, let's just start it right off with Shane saying, Happy Thanksgiving back to you and to everybody else that's listening and to others that will watch on the replay. So, Shane, thank you for that. I hope you're going to have a great Thanksgiving. How can you not have a good Thanksgiving with the turkey and the stuffing and with all that stuff? Yeah, family and health. Absolutely. But I want to get right into this thing because these are 3 hard things. Hard things about being thankful. Oh, and it's hard to be thankful for these things, but I'm convinced that you need to be thankful for these things. So, that being said, we're a blessed people. Let's just start this off. Despite our economy, which is in the tank right now, politics, I don't care which side of the aisle you're on, politics sucks. It's a constant distraction of so many things, and yet necessary, I guess. But yeah, I mean, there's tension either locally or regionally. There's culture bashing its head against another culture, even in our own hometowns, wherever that may be. We got we're thinking about the future. We're blessed despite the fact that the future doesn't look that great in some instances. A theoretical climate change, and yes, I said theoretical because you probably know where I stand on that, and et cetera, et cetera. There's just so much stuff going on, and yet we're a blessed people. We really are. I got up this morning, the house was warm. Coffee. You know me, coffee. I'm blessed just to have a cup of coffee every morning. It's how you look at things, and I'm going to look at 3 hard things, so let's just get right into it. 3 situations you need to be thankful for. Situations. The first is this, hardship. Now, we may look at hardship different ways. I'm going to give you a definition and where I'm leaning toward. Hardship is those long-term uphill battle. This is hardship on a long-term level. Now, regardless of what it is, I know a gentleman who had really early diagnosis of Parkinson's disease, and he has refused to let it be a hardship in his life. Is it a hardship? Yes, but he's refused to allow it to hinder his growth, his business, his demeanor, his personality. He just leaned into it, and he said, this is an uphill battle, and it's going to be an uphill battle for the rest of his life, and he's just working ahead with it. So, the tendency of hardship in your life is this, is to resign to the situation yourself. Oh, sorry. The tendency is to resign to the situation, convince yourself there's nothing better for you in the future. There's nothing better. It's just all downhill from here. And you're thinking about, well, hardship is a long-term uphill battle. Well, if you're not going to battle it, guess what? You're on a hillside, you're going to roll down, and things are going to get worse and worse and worse. And so you have to just make it an uphill battle and work and work and work. And the tendency is to say, well, I guess that's it. My father-in-law, when he was in his late 40s, early 50s, was diagnosed with cancer on a kidney. And he came to me and he said, well, that's it. That's it. He's done. He just resigned himself to the fact that as soon as he heard the word cancer, he said, I'm done. I'm going to die. That's the end of it. Well, he's 80-some years old, 85, I think. 85, and he's still going strong with one kidney. Fortunately, they were able to remove one kidney, and he's been able to function just fine for the rest of his life on one, and he's good. But his tendency initially was to resign to the situation. I remember him very distinctly saying, I'm done. But that's the tendency. The benefit of hardship is the character you allow it to build. When my father-in-law shifted his thinking from I'm stuck with this to I'm going to beat this, everything changed. His outlook changed. His work ethic changed. Everything. The benefit of hardship is to allow your character to build. A long-term uphill battle, if it's going to be a battle, it's going to build character. And look at it that way. Be thankful for the hardship, because you're going to be a better person as you work through the hardship. It's just going to be. Now, that's the one thing we need to be thankful for. I'm not telling you to go out and look for hardship. I'm not telling you to do that. What I'm telling you to do is, if there is hardship in your life, and for a lot of people, there is hardship in their life. I understand that. But take the positive spin and look at the benefits of hardship. I'm going to become better. I'm going to force my character to be better and allow it to build through this thing. I'm not going to let the hardship defeat me personally, emotionally, spiritually. The second thing is struggle. Now, here's how I define struggle. It's different from hardship. Struggle is those lingering, nagging issues. I've got a lingering, nagging issue with my eyes. It's age. It's what it is. And sometimes it's a struggle, and it's not that much of a struggle, I got to be honest with you, but it is lingering, and it's a nagging issue, and it may be a physical issue for some of us. It may not be. I don't know. Now, I'm going to stop right here. I'm going to drop this in because this is a great comment. See if I can get it all in the same spot. I can't, but I'll move it around. It's all about our perspective. Great job. Wish I could stay on, but I need to run. Totally understandable. Totally understandable. So Shane kind of nailed it. It's all in our perspective. The struggle is the lingering, nagging issue. And the tendency is to complain, to shift blame, and accept that change cannot take place. Well, I'm stuck with this. For me, a couple of years ago, I started in the early stages of having cataracts. It just happened at my age. My mother had cataracts. I have cataracts. What did I do? I didn't just say things are going to get worse. I said, well, I'm going to check into the surgery. I checked into the surgery. They had problems with doing the surgery, so I had to have some other thing. I called it scraping they basically took a Dremel and smoothed out the corneas so that I could go ahead and have the other surgery. And I got that to take place, and I decided not to complain. I decided not to shift blame. Well, it's my parents' fault, blame my mom. She had them, so I had them. That's just stupid. But I wouldn't accept the change that, I didn't say, well, I'm stuck. I decided to, not go with the tendency. Struggle, it's a little thing. Now, here's the benefit of struggle. The benefit of struggle is you're strengthening the skills within you when you choose not to accept the struggle as the new norm. Now, I get it. When stuff changes physically, maybe it is going to be the new norm. But the benefit of the struggle is that you're strengthening a skill set. You're creating new skills in order to adapt and adjust to whatever that struggle is. And the struggle may not be something that lasts over time. The struggle may be something that is temporary, and you need to see it as that. It's lingering, it's nagging, but you're going to get through it. You're going to get past it. And the benefit is if you take a positive and a proper perspective of it, then the benefit of struggle is you're strengthening the skills within you, and that's the cool thing. Third thing, setbacks. My definition of setbacks is this. I didn't see that coming. I'm working on a project and something puts me back a week. I had a deadline. I wanted to get the deadline, and something happened and it pushed the deadline back a week, and I couldn't get it done. And it's just like, I didn't see that coming. And the tendency of setbacks is to panic, overreact, and cut corners. Oh, I got to make that deadline. Oh, it's going to be the end of the world if I don't make that deadline. And you panic and you overreact. It's like driving on an icy road. We got snow here over the past weekend, and it's still hanging around. It's okay. We're coming into winter. Snow's going to happen. I live in Colorado. Let's be honest. Snow's going to happen. And what happens when there's snow on the road? Well, there's people that don't know how to drive on the snow, and they drive on the snow anyway. And the car starts to slide to the one slide, and then they, in order to compensate for the slide, they overreact on the steering wheel, and then they start sliding the other way. We've all seen videos of that where somebody slides one way, they overcompensate too much, and then they slide back to the other way, and the next thing you know, they're in the ditch. And so for setbacks, the tendency is to panic. Oh my goodness, what am I going to do? I allow myself to panic for maybe 2 or 3 minutes, and then I stop and say, okay, the panic is over, and now let's think about things. And then we overreact, or we cut corners in order to try and make deadlines. And a setback it's a setback, but it's not the end of the world. It is not the end of the world. Now, that's the tendency, is to panic, overreact, and cut corners. The benefit of setbacks is to be able to learn, adjust, and reset for better results next time. Setback. Oh, I could have avoided that by doing this. When there's a setback in whatever it is you're doing, whether it's a project at work, a project you're working on at home, or just life in general, just be able to sit back, stop for a second, and say, okay, what can I learn from this? Lord, what can I learn from this? And then make the adjustments and reset for better results next time. Now, again, we're not looking for hardship. We're not looking for struggle. We're not looking for setbacks, but we are looking to be thankful in each of those situations with a renewed perspective to say, how can I learn? How can I adjust? How can I make the best of this situation? And be thankful for that you have the opportunity to deal with those things. So let's be thankful. We're going to do this just by way of, these are Thanksgiving prayers that or a Thanksgiving prayer that you probably never thought about. So let's look at it this way. And I've had issues with it popping up, and I don't know why. There it is. So, Lord, I'm thankful for the hardship that helps me develop a godly character. Lord, I'm thankful for the struggle that develops my skills that I may better serve you. Lord, I'm thankful for the setbacks that help me to learn, grow, and become more like you. It's all about honoring God and being more like him. That's what I want us to think about and be like more during this Thanksgiving season, even if we're dealing with hardship, even if we're dealing with struggle, even if we're dealing with setbacks. So I just want to take a moment and wish everybody a very happy Thanksgiving. My wife and I will be leaving tomorrow for the mountains, for the snow, for the Rockies, to spend time in a brand new and different setting for the first time in our lives on a Thanksgiving. And I want to wish you the very best of Thanksgiving days. Football, turkey, pumpkin pie, afternoon naps, all those things. And don't let the struggles, don't let the hardships, and don't let the setbacks dampen the spirit of a good and happy Thanksgiving day and Thanksgiving weekend. God bless.